True Vintage RC. Thanks very much for choosing to stop in and check out my video today. Well, I've been a little bit under the weather, so I've had a bit of a flu virus for the last 4 weeks, and it's just something I've really struggled to get past, and those who've spoken to me on the phone have heard me cough my lungs out. But anyway, it stopped me from getting on camera, and I'm only really now just starting to come out of it, and you know, not completely out of it, but anyway, out of it enough to finally get these two boxes here out for the viewers. And I know some people out there in YouTube land like a good unboxing, and many YouTubers are out there buying things off eBay or different places online, and you know, they like to show the viewers what they've bought, and that generally hasn't been something so much that I've done. But neither of these boxes have come to me from, they are not something I've purchased, so there's a bit of a story behind both of them. But we've got this real big one here, which is almost 10 kilos of items in this box that I'm going to show you very soon, and but I'm going to start with this box first. So many of you know that I'm good friends with Keith from RC Icons over in the USA, and he had purchased a few of my PB cars from me. One of them was, of course, a new in-box Maxima, and he also was considering building that kit, and I said, Keith, just do not build that car, mate. There's not very many Maximas around. So I ended up tracking down a new built Maxima from a friend here in Australia, and that ended up going over to Keith, and he said, oh, I really want to run a car, and then the car was so nice I don't think he could run it because it's completely brand new. So another good friend who's on YouTube, who's we've all become good friends, is Wade Skelton over on the Wade Skelton channel. And he recently bought another Maxima, and he had an old Maxima left over, and he even said in his video, look, if anyone's interested in this, just hit me up because I'm happy for it to go to a good home. So I said to Keith, just get a hold of Wade, just see if you can purchase that car from him or trade with him or do something. But anyway, inside of this box here, drum roll everybody, all the way from the USA, from one part of the USA to another, and this was Wade Skelton's car on his channel, and he's had this for quite a while. I think it's been a couple of years, and I know he even had the shock bodies apparently 3D printed, so they're like a silver plastic shock body, and he's done a few other bits and pieces to this car. But so it was missing the wing, you know, the Lexan under tray. Obviously came with that body. And it also had a few bits and pieces with it. So what happened was, Keith said, look, however it happened, you know, hey, Wade, could I grab that Maxima off you? And as best as I know, I think Wade actually gifted it to Keith over at RC Icons, which is super cool. Either of you can, as in Wade or Keith, could correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, so this car here went to Keith, and I volunteered to basically pull this car down and just make sure everything's right, clean it up, and do my usual thing with the PB cars that I've done. So, so anyway, the idea is I'm going to pull this car down, I'm going to clean it right up and see the condition of the pulleys and the belts, and you know, make sure everything's okay, because this will end up being a car that Keith can run on his Castle Hill track that he's been building at home on his own property. So I thought, why not, Keith? Send it to me and I'm happy to do it for you. So here it is. Now, it did come with some odds and ends. Now, it's been a few months, but I think some bumper blades came with it from Wade, and I don't even know which parts are mine and which who's anymore, because I also contacted Wade. This may have been before that point, or maybe it was after that point, but I said, Wade, you mentioned you got some extra PB spares. By any chance, you know, could I buy them off you? Could I trade for them? You know, and he sent me over a bag of basically new and a few used bits and bobs because I'm also working on a PB8 car. So here they are. These are the parts that came with the Maxima from Wade, and then I've got a bunch of bits and pieces here put aside for the Maxima as well. So anyway, this is a project I'm going to get to at a later point. So yeah, there's not much else in this box, but I just wanted to share that with the channel. I wanted to say thank you very much to Wade for being so generous in getting this car to Keith, and I can't give away all the secrets as to what's going to happen with it yet, but this is something I'll get to in due time. Keith said he's in no great hurry, but that's what's going on this box here. So move this to one side, and people on the channel, if you've watched much of my videos, could remember that I have a good friend Alex in Melbourne, and I basically got all of Alex's PB parts after many years of saying, hey, why don't I do something with them? So I did purchase all of his parts from him, but unbeknownst to him, I did actually send him back a very well-built PB Mini Mustang for him to enjoy out on the racetrack come Vintage Bash event. Long story short, so I said to Alex for a little while now, listen, do you have enough parts to build up a Cougar 2 team car? And I think maybe it got so challenging sorting out the bits and pieces. He said, how about I send you, you know, a whole heap of bits and pieces? And I said, well, tell you what, how about you send me everything you've got for the Shoemaker Cougar 2 or any of the Cougars and alloy pan type cars. And what I volunteered to do is basically pull everything down that's in this box here, clean it all up as best as I can, and I want to gift a Cougar 2 team car to a friend of mine, but also I want to build another or a second Cougar 2 team car because I want that to go back to Alex as another car he can take to the track, and Knox in Melbourne, he can go down to the Vintage Bash 3.0 and run his Cougar 2 team car. So anyway, about 10 kilos. Now, I haven't opened this box. This thing's been sitting here for weeks, and we've been driving each other crazy for a while now as to why I haven't opened it. But, you know, I lost my voice at one point, and, you know, it's just been a really miserable experience being so sick. And as you can hear, I'm still not quite over it, but I can't wait any longer. Let's just rip into this thing, you know, with a good old Stanley knife. Who knows what's underneath this cardboard here. I'm probably cutting into something extremely valuable. Very tongue-in-cheek there, Alex. But anyway, this is just going to be a fun unboxing. I haven't seen what's in here. I don't precisely know what's in here. I haven't seen any photos. But let's do it together. So what do we got here? Well, we've got an Apex Models. With some cool decals in there. Oh, original Cougar decals. Oh, and some powder puff decals. You never know, that might be useful somewhere. So, okay, let's start digging in. 3 Racing 5mm alloy ball studs. I don't know what they're for, but we're going to find out. We've got a bunch of bearings, ball ends, shock pieces. Oh, these look like Cat 2000 parts, some of them. Oh, this is going to be so much fun, Alex. Where did you get these bags from? Look how old they are. My God, it's just got, you name it. Oh, here we go. This, the only way I can describe this is box of cool bits. Oh, that looks like a bent Cougar 2000 rear universal shaft. Anyway, different mold. Oh God, Alex, where do I start? Where do I begin? I don't know. Any number of parts from who knows what, but all Cougar 2 stuff. A whole Cougar 2 front end. Cougar front end, a Cougar front end, a whole bag of shocks. Good Lord. Alex, have you recycled these bags from the tip or something? They're as old as the hills, mate. The suspension arms, bulkheads, front bumpers, gearbox parts. Oh, good Lord, I know. So what I'm going to do is something else. I went down to Bunnings and I picked up not one, but 2 4-litre drums of Simple Green, and that's all going to get poured into a giant tub, and all the plastic components, I'm going to strip every last nut and bolt down. Every single plastic component is going to go into that plastic tub, a little bit of a soaking, and I'm going to get busy with a toothbrush or a paintbrush or whatever, and that's what's going to happen with all these bits and pieces. But I don't know what to tell you. 500 million spur gears. I didn't even realise Shoemaker even did 32 pitch spur gears for Cougars and what have you. Anyway, so many bits and pieces, and this box just keeps going. This must be important. It's a box with a Shoemaker sticker on it, with some, I don't know, Shoemaker parts. What else have we got in here? Oh, good Lord. What are these tyres? What are they off? Some sort of a weird, I don't know. Oh yeah, some Kyosho bits and bobs. I do occasionally ask Alex if he finds a few bits and bobs that I'm after, could he put them to one side? And, oh wow, a whole heap of Kyosho Option House shock absorber parts, and oh, who knows. Anyway, let's keep this gift that keeps giving going. Oh, some old vintage ESCs here. Oh yeah. New and Packet Cougar 2 Team front shock tower. A very shock front tower, kind of like for a storm. Oh, some Kyosho bearings have snuck in there. Oh, got a heavy duty main drive belt. Odds and ends. Oh, let's just tip them out. All kinds of different mouldings. So I wasn't after anything specific for myself, for my own collection or anything else, but I just said to Alex, look, just get all these parts to me. Let me clean them up properly. Let's catalogue them. I'll even help him build up some good transmissions. But, you know, like, again, Alex, where did you get this bag from? They're like 50 years old. I mean, but anyway, someone's got to toss them in the bin, and it might as well be me. But look at this, all plastic mouldings and shock towers, and man, it just goes on and on and on. Again, just like all front ends, and oh wow. Well, Alex had said to me, listen, don't get so excited about this lot coming, because he expects that everything that comes to me needs to be gold plated or something, but really that's not the case, because a lot of the cars that come to me are in such absolutely atrocious condition. And you know, I don't blame that on anyone. That's just, some people just dump them in their garage and that's where they're going to live. So until I actually open all these up and just tip them into a big box and just start from one end and go to the other, there's definitely going to have to be a part 2 to this story. Another transmission. Transmissions. Oh yes, that's right. I forgot all about this. Most people be losing sleep over this deal, but there was a chap on Facebook, I don't recall who it was selling it, but he was selling some motors, and Yeah, this Le Mans 480 Gold, I actually paid $100 for that. And it's a bit grubby, it needs a good clean, but whatever, you know. It'll do. I'll add it to the motor collection, or I'll put it in one of my Kyoshos. In fact, I might put it in a Kyosho Gallop or something like that. Oh. Well, we're starting to get down here into transmissions with a motor bolted into it. A whole heap of different coloured coils. Another front end. A box with more shocks and bits and pieces in it. Look, I'll no doubt buy a bunch of bits and pieces from Alex as well. And, you know, see what he wants to do with it. Another Cougar front end. Oh, Cougar 2 front end, actually. Oh, what's in here? Boxes of screws, steering parts, transmission pieces. Oh, Alex, I just cannot believe you've been hoarding this stuff away all these years. But you know what? All the years of harassing you, saying, come on, let's get into it, let's do it. I think he knows that I'm good for it because he's seen some of the cars and projects I've been through, and if I could do it with his PV stuff, I could do it with this stuff. But Alex did say to me, listen, this is going to be crazier than the PV stuff. So just a heap of drive shafts, some bearings in here, some out drives, transmissions. And now we're just starting to get down to the semi-complete chassis, almost complete. So yeah, this was his Storm truck that Alex drove at the last bash at the Knox Club, and another chassis which is just absolutely putrid, but oh, you watch me do work my magic with that. But these are all, none of this is re-release. It's all original Shoemaker Cougar, Club 10, you know, whatever. Who knows, some of this stuff might have come from me. A lot of the stuff he's probably had it for 20 years. And there's a team chassis there. So this particular chassis I will try and straighten out and make good, but we'll end up building up Alex a really nice Cougar 2 team car as well. And last but not least, what is this? I don't even know. Just hinge pins and steering rods and more mouldings, but that has to be it. That has to be it. So, and even Alex, he didn't quite know all that he had because he just went digging and digging and digging, and I guess I pressured him and, you know, Alex, sorry and thank you at the same time. And he didn't quite know fully what he had in here, and I'm sure he won't even until I'm finally got this stuff all cleaned and collated, and I'll get it all out on some benches and stuff, and we'll see what actually comes up nicely, and you know, see what sort of cars we can put together here. So anyway, last but not least, so this Cougar 2 team car that I'm building up for a friend of mine, I have some Shoemaker parts, used and new parts. Some's going to come out of this, and Richard Lowe from RLRC on YouTube, I reached out on Facebook and I said, look, would anyone have a set of silver Shoemaker shock bodies, the Very shock bodies that were on like the Cougar 2, and looks like the rear pair may have been red anodized at one point and have been stripped down, but it's got the medium length front Very shocks, so that's going to go on to the Cougar 2 team car that I'm building for a friend of mine, and Alex will get one too. I'll pay particular attention to get this thing built right so that he can have some reliable fun out on the track. Maybe I'll look at the Storm truck thing, maybe he'll get a truck and the Cougar 2, and then we'll discuss where it's going to go from there. So anyway, I'm back, and I'm sure the subscribers have seen some of the track footage that I managed to capture from both the Vintage Bash at Knox 2.0 and also some more footage that I had left over from the Castle Hill Vintage Festival, both in 2023. So yeah, some great cars out there. It's really good to see the enthusiasm come from the people who come to these events, and they bring some amazing cars, some great setups, you know. And the fun thing about these events are, well, the fun thing I've learnt so far about the Bash is really there are no trophies, there are no for winning places. There's no real winning, there's no real losing. Everyone's kind of winning because it's about fun and you know, yes, it's timed racing. Yes, there are transponders on the car. Yes, there have been finals graded A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever. And, you know, I guess it's bragging rights as to where you come, but essentially the team down there have been sort of sharing the concept of making these things fun, and you know, they're getting amazing results down there, and it just blows me away because it's still a relatively new thing. Castle Hill's had a great run for quite some time, and it continues to have a good run, and some great cars and racings come out of that those events as well. Anyway, so yeah, so thanks for hanging on. Sorry that I haven't been on camera for a while, but yeah, I'm barely back as it is, so I will do some more soon. Anyway, so I have got all this stuff to start pulling apart, and I dare say it's going to happen tonight. And it's about 9 PM here, and I bet you I won't be to bed before midnight. Anyhow, so thank you very much for checking out the video, everyone, and I appreciate all those who've jumped on and subscribed. And you know, like, this channel's not monetized. I keep banging on about that, I get it, you know, but I don't like the fact that monetized videos have advertising all over them, and there's nothing worse than getting into a build or getting into something and then a damn ad comes up about Barbie dolls or razors or whatever, you know, and I'm like, oh, I was really getting into that. It's like they know exactly where to put the ad to get you to hold on to come back to continue listening to or watching what was capturing your interest. So anyway, I'm just waffling now, sorry about that. So thank you very much, everyone, for stopping in and checking out the video, and I'll let you go, and I'm going to get stuck into this big pile of awesomeness, and yeah, we'll catch up soon. So take care, and see you later. Bye.